So welcome to Barre. My name is Claire. I'm going to read our campus rec waiver and I'll read some of our announcements as well. So in order to make these classes as freely accessible as possible to our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure that you have moved nearby furniture and other potential hazards. If you are participating in a yoga class or class that involves laying on the ground, we recommend using a mat, or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. William & Mary Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical examination and follow the advice of your healthcare provider before participating. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get started for today's class. You can go ahead and click play on a playlist if you are listening. If not, you can just go ahead and join me in a standing position. Welcome to Barre. I recognize a lot of names here, but if you are new to Barre, welcome. Barre is a combination of yoga, Pilates, and ballet with an emphasis on ballet. It's a moderate intensity workout. It'll be 45 minutes of some fun sweating and burning and listening to music. But with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. You can bring your feet to a nice shoulder distance stance, a slight bend in those legs. And we're just going to start by rolling out our shoulders backwards, adding in a slight plie or bend of those legs just to wake up our body this morning. It's pretty out, but it's very cold. I stepped outside for a bit and it was very chilly, so definitely need a nice warm up today. All right, we can switch directions now, going forwards. Maybe deepening that plie a bit as we go forwards. For 3, 2, 1. Straightening those legs, cross your left hand across your chest and bring your right hand up, making sure you have space behind you. We're just gonna swing our arm forward to open up that shoulder girdle a bit. Adding a slight plie once again for 3, 2, 1, then switching directions, going backwards with that plie. Opening up that arm again for 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're just going to repeat that on the other side. So cross your right hand in front of your chest, bring your left hand up towards the ceiling, and roll it backwards with that slight bend in the legs. Throughout today's class, actually, make sure that you are never fully straightening your legs. We don't want to lock our knees. We always want to keep a slight bend to protect ourselves and our joints. All right, we have 3, 2, 1, switching directions, going forward. If you're going to the music, you can do it to that beat, or you can follow me, whatever works. We have 3, 2, 1. Good. And as always, I always like to do a little shakeout in the warm-up just to really get ourselves warm and loose. So during this shakeout, I want you to think about your intentions for today's workout as we just let go of all of our worries from the week so we can dedicate 45 minutes to ourselves. So add a slight bounce in those legs, shake out your arms, shake out your head, let all those worries fall out of your body so we can focus on ourselves for 45 minutes. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. You can plant those feet back on the ground. We're going to go into our different positions now for today's class. First, we're going to go into first position. So bring your heels so they're almost touching or touching. You're in a slight V position. This is first position. We're going to do a plie or bending our legs to make a nice diamond shape, straighten our legs, and then come into releve, lifting our heels off the ground and bringing them down. And we can bring our arms down in that plie, out to the side when we straighten, and above our head when we come up in releve. So we're just getting comfortable with these movements. We'll be doing them throughout today's class. Also waking up our heels and our arms a bit. We have 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. Turning those feet towards the front of the room, we're going to wake up our legs a bit with some side lunges. So come to the left side of your mat. Make sure you have a lot of room to the right of you. We're going to shoot our right leg out to the side and shoot our hips back for a nice side lunge. You're going to shoot your hips back, making sure your knee doesn't go in front of that toe, keeping it above that ankle, really keeping a nice proud chest, hips shooting back, toes facing towards the front of the room. And then we're going to straighten. So you're going to come back down and straighten. You can bring your arms down. We're going to add on, but I first want to get you comfortable with this side lunge. Feeling our leg muscles waking up, All right, next time you come up, bring that foot all the way to the left side of your mat and then come back down. So you're coming up, and we can add in that arm, opposite arm to toe, and straighten. Now you can stay here, or if you're looking for a little bit of an added option, when you come up, bring that knee up to your chest. So tap down, knee up to your chest. You can bring your arms above your head. We're doing 8 more. That's 7. That's 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good. We're just going to repeat that on the other side. So step to the right side of your mat now. You now have a lot of space on the left side of your body. We're going to shoot that left leg out to the side, shoot our hips back, putting our weight towards that left knee, making sure it doesn't go in front of our toes. Nice proud chest, and then we straighten. Maybe you're feeling that heart rate start to raise. I certainly am. I'm feeling very nice, very tight this morning, so a nice warm up is very needed. All right, we can add on next time, bringing our toe to the end of our mat, and then coming back down, opposite arm to opposite leg. Really using our core to lift us, keep us stable, and lower down. If you ever need help balancing, I always recommend picking a point in the room to fixate on. That'll help you focus and keep your balance. All right, we can add on now, lifting that knee up and then shooting it down. We're doing 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Already getting our muscles nice and warm and starting to work and burn this morning. We're going to bring our feet out into a nice wide position. This is our shoulder, our feet are more than shoulder distance apart. This is our second position. To go into a grand plie, shoot those knees out to the side, making sure they're not going in front of those toes, and then straighten up. You can bring your arms out to the side and bring them above your head, making that nice circle with your arms, bring them back behind and above your head. Feeling everything, wake up, get warm. We have a nice, challenging class today. So start our weekend off right before we enjoy the sun for 3, 2, 1. Staying down in that second position, we're going to wake up our ankles a bit more. We're going to lift our right leg up into releve, lower it down, lift our left leg up, lower it down. So our upper body is very stationary here. We're really just lifting that heel off the ground and lowering. Our height shouldn't be really changing at all. Good. And if you want to add in a little bit more of a challenge, you can lift both heels up for 8. Look up, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Straighten those arms, those legs. Bring your feet to the end of the mat. We're going to finish up our warm-up down on the mat or carpet, whatever you're using. So bring your arms up towards your ears. Shoot your arms straight out in front of you, curving over your legs. Feeling that nice stretch in the back of those legs. Maybe bending your right leg, then your left leg to stretch it out. Touching your toes or as close as you can. Whatever feels comfortable to get you ready for today's workout. We have 3, 2, 1. Take those fingers, start to walk yourself out into a nice plank position. To set up our plank position for today's class, you want to have a nice flat back. We're not drooping, we're not hitching up. Nice flat back. Drawing a straight line from your shoulders to your wrists, fingers nice and spread out, energizing through your legs, your core, and your arms. And once we're comfortable here, you can shoot those hips back to a nice downward dog, pedaling out those feet. One more time for one final stretch before we finish up our warm-up. Good. Bringing your hips back down. We're going to finish up this warm-up with high knees. So you have two options, or running man. You have two options. Mountain climbers. I'm mixing them all up. You can either stay on your toes and just bring your knee in and tap like this. You can come up on your toes and tap your knee in, or you can do it double time. We're doing it for 20 seconds. Choose your option to finish up our warm-up up strong. Here we go. We have 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Lower those knees. Shoot your hips back. The mountain climbers always knock me out, so those are a great way to finish up our warm-up. If you want to, you can grab a quick sip of water with me right now before we go into our arm section. Good. For today's arm section, we're going to start on the ground with some push-ups and tricep dips. I can't think of words today, guys, but thankfully I got a lot of regulars. We're going to be doing a similar set in both movements. So meeting me first in our push-up position, you have a couple options. You can stay on your knees, or you can come up on your toes. What we're going to be doing in this combination is 3 full push-ups, 2, 3, and then stay down and pulse for 2, 3, up. So you're doing 3 full push-ups, 3 pulses, and we're doing 5 sets of those. So knowing that, we're going to choose whatever option will help you get through it and feel the most comfortable and yet challenged at the same time, either on your knees or up on your toes. Either way, meeting me, we're starting now. We're going down, 2, 3, pulse, 2, 3, straighten, 1, up, 2, 3, pulse, 1, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, pulse, 1, 2, 3. We're over halfway there. This is our 4th. 1, 2, 3, pulse, 1, 2, 3. Last one, here we go. We go 1, up, 2, 3, pulse, 1, 2, 3. Good job. Shoot your hips back. That's a challenging set. The pulsing, staying in that range, definitely targets your muscles. Definitely a challenging set, so good job. That is our only push-up for today's class. We're now just going to repeat that whole combination, just doing it with tricep dips. So coming on to your back, you're going to bend your legs out in front of you, plant your fingers and hands right by your shoulders so your fingers are facing towards your toes. You're going to lift your hips off the ground like you're about to do a crab walk, but you're not. We're going to be doing tricep dips instead. You're going to lower your hands so you can dip your hips as close to the ground, maybe even touching, and straighten. We're going to be doing that in the same combination. So we're doing dip 1, 2, 3, hold 3, 2, 1, straighten. And we're doing that for 5 sets. So if it is too much on your wrist, just don't lift your hips off the ground and do it like so. All right? So whatever option feels right for you, planting those hands on the ground and lifting your hips or keeping them on the ground. We're going to go down for 3, 2, 1, pulse 3, 2, 1, up. That's 1. 3, 2, 1, pulse 3, 2, 1. That's 2. 3, 2, 1, pulse 3, 2, 1. That's 3. 3, 2, 1, pulse 3, 2, 1. That's 4. We have one more. 3, 2, 1, pulse 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower those hips. That was a lot harder in the tricep extensions, at least for me. That was great. We have one more move on the ground, and then we can go into our standing position. We're just going to keep those hands planted, point our feet out in front of us. We're just going to be doing an inverted plank.
So pointing our feet up, you're gonna use those arms to lift your body, tucking in that chin so you're pointing down towards your toes. Like a plank, you have a nice long flat body. We're just flipping it the other way and holding for 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Lower those hips. That is a challenging little arm section. So definitely let's stretch out our wrists before we go into standing. Just roll them out really quickly, rolling them clockwise and then counterclockwise. You're putting a lot of weight on them. Take your hand, flip it so the top of your hand is facing towards the mat or carpet, and just press your weight into it a bit to relieve some of that pressure from your wrists. And then we can switch to the other side. Good. All right, coming into standing now, you will have the option to grab those light hand weights if you would like. Today, I am using a can of chickpeas and a water bottle since one of my things exploded last week. I'm trying to use things that won't explode, hopefully. So, meeting me in a nice standing position, feet shoulder distance apart. You can have a slight bend in those knees if you would like. We're going to bring our arms into a 90-degree bend. So, nice bend here, holding them horizontally in front of our body, like so. And we're just going to press them out, bring them back in, curve them up, press them up. So we're straightening out, flipping them up and down. You can keep a slight bend in those legs. I like to call these robot arms. It's kind of like we're doing the robot. You know, this may be a bar, and we like to focus on ballet, but we can always incorporate in some other dance styles, like hip hop, even though this was definitely not hip hop, but it's hip hop infused. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're going to keep those arms bent 90 degrees in front of us, and we're just going to extend them out towards the side, in, press out. So bring them in, extend to the side, bring them in, straighten. So those arms might be starting to burn at this point. If you need to shake them out at any point, please feel free to do so. However, you're looking for an added challenge, keep them lifted. If you're looking to really burn them out this nice Saturday morning. Ooh, this is really working those shoulders right now. Also triceps a bit. And our chest. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Next time, extend those arms out. Flip those palms so they're facing up towards the ceiling. Bend your left arm slightly and keep your right arm straight. You're going to lift that weight above your head and lower it down. Once again, targeting those shoulders a bit, really burning them out, making sure we're keeping that slight bend in those knees, not locking our knees. Nice controlled movement, making sure that other stationary arm isn't drooping. Ooh, feeling that burn. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering that arm. We're going to bend that one now, straighten out our left arm, and just repeat on the other side. Ooh, feeling that burn, that stationary arm that's now moving, and our holding arm. Everything's burning. I encourage you to lean into the burn. Know that that means you're working hard, you're challenging your muscles, but also know that if at any point you need to shake out your arms, take a break throughout today's workout, that is entirely fine. Whatever you get out of today's workout is great. It's what your body needs for today. So as always, we say this, it sounds cliche, but it's true. It's your body, your workout. So whatever feels right. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending both those arms, we're just going to burn them out. Keeping them bent, that 45-degree bend. We're just doing tiny circles from those shoulders for 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching directions for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Drop those arms for a second. Shake them out. That you earned that. You're doing great. We're now going to target our biceps a bit before we transition into our legs workout. We're going to target our triceps and then our back. So starting with our biceps though. We're going to keep that slight bend in those legs. We're going to bring our arms to our sides, keeping our elbows glued in front of us. We're just going to be doing some bicep curls. So curling your arms in and straightening them out. As always with these light hand weight movements, especially like this, really need to target our muscles by really intentionally squeezing them as we bring them in and lowering them down, pretending we have those heavy weights in our hands. Keeping nice engaged core here as well. If we engage our core throughout our workout, it makes a whole workout a core workout, sneakily, which is always fun. I love sneaky workouts where you don't even know exactly what's being worked at the time, but then it's a full body workout just hidden throughout the class. We have a few more and then we have an added option. So you can stay here, or if you're looking to really burn out those biceps and target those shoulders a bit more, you may know what's coming. You can bring those arms out directly horizontally in front of you and curl them in, just lifted. Feeling that nice burn, I certainly am. Working up that sweat, letting that nice squeeze, squeeze, squeeze come in and out. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. You can drop, oh no, you can't drop those right hand, sorry, but you can shake out those hands if you need to drop them. We're gonna change positions now into our skier position to target our chest a bit, our back, and our triceps to just really burn out and finish this arms workout. So bringing your feet, you can face the side now if you have room to each side of you, making sure you do. Keeping your feet shoulder distance apart, you're gonna get a slight bend in those legs. With a nice flat back, you're gonna tilt forward roughly 45 degrees, keeping your gaze around 3 to 4 feet in front of you, so it's a nice long line down your body. We're gonna start by targeting our triceps, then we're gonna target our back and our chest. So bringing your elbows to your side, right now I want you to picture that they're glued to your body. You're going to extend those arms straight out behind you with those light hand weights, and then curl them in. So this is a skier position, also known as a tricep extension. The triceps are right here in the back of your arm. We're targeting them with these nice, slow, intentional movements. Making sure that gaze is still fixed 3 to 4 feet in front of you. Maybe getting lost in the music if you're listening to it. Or, of course, you can get lost in the sound of my voice if it isn't too bothersome at this point, which it might be, which is fair. I've been talking a lot. I always ramble during this, so you guys get my unfiltered Saturday morning thoughts. Kind of stream of consciousness, if you think about it. It's like my diary. We have 4, 3, 2, 1, straightening them out. We're now going to pulse up. First 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Curl those arms in. We're now going to target our back and our chest. We're going to start by squeezing our arms in like so. So bringing our elbows back, picturing that we're squeezing our shoulder blades, maybe picturing there's a pencil in between them. We squeeze them back. We're going to straighten our arms in front of us and then open our arms for a fly. For your fly, you want a slight bend in those arms, 45-degree bend. You still have that nice extended back, and you're just going to open up to the side and lower. So this is targeting our back, our chest, everything. It's a nice burner, so just making sure you have the room. Here we go. We squeeze back, squeeze that shoulder blade, bring them out, open for a fly. You know, we can pretend, maybe some of you are swimmers. I was never that good of a swimmer. I quickly shifted to ballet. I could never do a butterfly, but we can pretend here. Pretend it's summer, we're in a pool. Instead of in the cold Williamsburg weather, if you're here. Hopefully this week, it looks like it's supposed to finally get warmer, fingers crossed. Because it was tough not seeing the sun for a week. I don't know about you guys, but that's a tough week to have, but hopefully, at least even though it's cold today, the sun is out, which is nice. We have 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Drop those hand weights. That finishes our arms workout. Thank you guys for sticking with me through that. That was a tough one. Let's stretch out our arms really quickly before we go into our legs portion. Bring your right arm in front of you. Thread it between your left hand, grabbing in front of or behind that joint, but not on it. Just stretch out that arm a bit. Keeping a slight bend in those legs. After this, we have our leg section. We'll do that at the bar, a little bit on the mat, and then we'll have our core and our lovely cool down to finish off today's class. All right, bringing that right hand behind your head, pressing that elbow down, letting those fingers walk down your spine. I always find that this class goes by so fast. 45 minutes feel like nothing. Maybe you guys have felt that too, or maybe you're thinking, no, Claire, this feels like it goes on forever, but I hope it goes by fast. It goes by fast for me because I'm having so much fun. Crossing your left hand in front of you, grabbing in front of or behind that joint to stretch out that arm again. And then walking that hand down your spine. I always love planning these classes, planning out the themes for the week. It is a great way to procrastinate doing homework or anything that's not as fun. All right, bringing those hands behind your head, flip those palms so they're facing out to open up that chest. If you want to deepen the stretch, you can fold over your body to really deepen and open up that chest. Good. All right, if you want to grab a quick sip of water before we go into our leg section, I recommend you do so. Always important to stay hydrated throughout our classes. All right, so for our legs portion on our bar, we'll be doing one big combination. It'll really burn out our glutes for this section. So get ready, it's fun, it's challenging. We're gonna start with 2 hands on the bar, hips facing square towards our bar or chair. You're going to shoot your right leg out. Keeping those hips square, we're gonna bend our legs for a nice, just lunge. So a 90-degree bend on both those legs. Hips are staying square towards our bar. You can have those arms on the bar, or you can have them on your hips. Keeping our gaze fixed in front of us. I always like to say, you may have heard this many times from my regulars, picture there are 2 spotlights on your hips. You want them to be facing towards your bar. You don't want them opening up towards the side. Already feeling that burn in those legs, at least I am. Maybe if you have music going, you can go to the beat, or be like me, go to the beat of your own drum. We have 4 more and then we're gonna add on. 3, 2, 1. This time when you go down, we're gonna do the classic bar combination. We're going all the way down and halfway up. All the way down and halfway up. This is working on our mid-range now. So maybe your legs are starting to shake a bit, making sure that upper body is nice and tall, keeping those hips square. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying downward pulsing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straightening those legs. We're doing 4 full range. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Taking the weight off that back leg for a second. We're going to keep going in this combination, keeping that right leg behind you. You're going to start with a slight bend in that front leg. Keeping those hips square. We're now going to have a straight right leg. We're going to go into some arabesque. So keeping that right leg straight, arms on the bar, hips square. You're going to lift and lower. We're now targeting that lower glute. Keeping those hips square to really ensure that we're targeting it. Whew. That standing leg is starting to burn. This is a challenging little combo, so you guys are doing great. Think about your intentions that you set, why you joined today's class, what you were looking to get out of it, as we challenge ourselves in the back half of our class. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it lifted now. We're going to be drawing tiny little circles. It does not have to be high. We're not ballerinas. We're just targeting those muscles. So we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching directions for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping that leg lifted, you're not going to bend it, so it's a nice 90-degree bend. Keeping those hips square towards the bar, we're just going to kick up and down. Still burning out that glute. Bringing it up and then in. I always like to say, maybe picture there's a bug on your wall. You're trying to kick it, squish it, if that's what you do. Or you can be a good Samaritan and catch it with a cup and bring it outside. Or you can smush it. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. We're keeping it up and pulsing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg. We're not quite done yet with this little combo. We're going to turn our leg now so we're facing towards the front of our room. That inside leg, our left leg is still slightly bent. Our right leg is pointed in front of us, our knee facing towards the front of the room. Left hand on bar, right hand on your knee. We're just going to lift and lower that leg. So we're now targeting the sides of our glutes and our core a bit. That inside leg may be starting to shake. Mine certainly is. This is a fun killer burnout. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping it lifted, we're pulsing up for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg for a second. We have one more move in this little combo. We're going to lift that leg, bring our right arm up, and draw knee to elbow and straighten for 8. Feeling that rib come towards your hip. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my gosh, lower those legs. That inside leg is burning, that outside leg is burning, everything is burning. That is a killer little combo, so definitely give yourself a quick break. I'm gonna transition my bar to the other side just so you can still see me. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water. We're just gonna repeat that all on the other side. So we are gonna be doing our lunge, then our arabesque, and our side leg lifts, just to really burn out our legs, and that is the only section of our bar class, of our bar warm up. We have a little bit more in the bar class. So once again, hands on the bar, hips square. We're now going to be shooting our left leg out for that lunge. So bending both legs, nice 90-degree bend, making sure those knees aren't going in front of your toes, hips still square. Once again, picturing those spotlights. Maybe thinking about the fun plans you have for the weekend. I know it's cold out, but we can do little things. Maybe make a good baked good. One thing, I don't know if I talk about this much in my classes, but I love baking. I have a baking Instagram account, which is funny because my last name's Baker. And so I always like to make at least one fun baked good each week. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. This time we're gonna go all the way down, halfway up. Whew, and then that burn. Maybe a little extra on this side, working that mid-range. It's burning. We already worked our legs on the other. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. We're staying down and pulsing for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten that leg. We're doing 4 full range. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Shift that weight towards your inside foot. The reason we do those full range is just to really round out the workout. It's really good after pulsing to do a couple full range, just to make sure those muscles are nice and well used. I'm not trying to torture you, I promise. With both hands on the bar, slight bend on that right leg. You're gonna point your left leg out now. And we're just going to lift and lower our knees facing towards the ground. Not tilting forward too much. We're giving a nice lifted upper body. Really using that lower glute to lift and lower. If you guys aren't feeling it now, I promise you, you'll probably be feeling it tomorrow. Maybe some soreness, maybe even 2 days from now. That happens a lot. You can feel sore a couple days after your workout. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping it lifted. We're doing tiny circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching directions. We're going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending that leg now with a flexed foot, 90-degree bend. That bug's back on the ceiling. We're kicking up and bringing it in. Good. Really burning out those glutes on all sides. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping it lifted. We're pulsing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Lower that leg for a second. Turn so you're facing towards the front of the room. Last section of our standing bar. And then the rest is laying down, I promise. So that inside leg is slightly bent. Our left leg is straight. Our knee is facing towards the front of the room. You're going to have your right hand on the bar. And we're just going to lift that left knee and lower. Slightly diagonal shape of your body. Feeling that on the outside of your glute. Keeping that right leg nice and bent. We're almost there. You guys got this. This is a really challenging little combo. Fatigue is setting in, but pushing past that fatigue, challenging yourself is where the fitness comes in. So if you are feeling to push past it this morning, I encourage you to keep going. We're almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're lifting, pulsing for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering that leg for 1 second. We have 8 of those. Bringing our knee to hip. We're going to fold in that rib cage so it's coming as close to our knee as we can. So we're lifting and bringing in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Lower those legs. That was killer. I am sweating up a storm. Let's stretch out our legs really quickly before we go to our core workout. Bringing your hands on the bar, cross your right leg over your left, and shoot your hips back for a nice glute stretch. That feels amazing right now after all those lunges and arabesques. So really shoot those hips back. Breathe into the stretch. Good. And bring that right leg back. Putting that heel as close to the ground as you can to stretch out those calves. Good. Before moving that right leg forward, now crossing your left leg over your right, shooting those hips back for another nice glute stretch. Using that bar to balance you. Good. And then shooting that left leg back and stretching out that heel. All right, I'm gonna move my bar out of the way. We're so close to being done with class. We just have our core workout and then our cool down. So coming down onto your mat if you want to. Grab a quick sip of water. I'm feeling like a quick sip. We're going to be doing a plank challenge, earthquake position, and then finishing up targeting our abdominals. So starting out in our plank position, our challenge is we're going to hold the plank for 1 minute. We're going to be doing 10 seconds of holding and then a 10-second little fun movement to distract ourselves each. So we'll be doing 3 sets of that to get us 60 seconds. I will be timing, so you don't have to worry about that at all. It is just me counting for you. So picking your option, you can either be on your knees, like so. So making sure that that is a nice flat back, engaged core, drawing a straight line from your shoulders to your wrists, fingers nice and spread out. Or you can be up on your knees or on your toes. Just picking whatever option you want. We're gonna be holding for 1 minute in 3, 2, 1. So we're just gonna start by holding it for 10 seconds and then I'll give you a fun little movement just to distract you. For 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to add on with some shoulder taps. So just shifting your weight slightly. We're just tapping for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back, we're holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next up, we're just going to shift our weight slightly forward off our toes towards our arms and then shift back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're holding again for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finishing, you're tapping your feet out to the side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Drop those knees, shoot those hips back. Great work, everyone. Did a great job on that. That was very challenging. Ended up being a little bit more than a minute, but you did great. Extra challenge. Now, we're going to shift on to our sits bones, bringing our feet out in front of us. We're going to go into an earthquake position, making sure you have a lot of room to the right and left of you for this movement. You're going to bring yourself down roughly around 45 degrees, right until you feel your core tighten a bit. You're going to tuck your tailbone in slightly. This is your earthquake position. And we're just going to be doing some ballet arms. So bringing your arms curved down in front of you, opening them to the side, lifting them above you, and lowering. You can stay here, or if you're looking for an added option, lift those toes off the ground. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying in this position, we're going to target our obliques a bit by twisting out to the side, bringing your left arm to your right ankle, and then closing. So open and close. Open. Doing that on our right oblique. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. We're going to repeat that on the left side. Twisting and opening for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. To finish up this workout, we'll be doing 20 seconds of Russian twist. So once again, targeting those obliques a bit. You're just going to twist out to the side, like so. You can either do it with your feet on the ground or lifted, whatever option you want for 20 seconds to really finish up this workout strong. Choosing your option, you are all so strong. We got this no matter what option you choose together. We're going for 20. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. That was a killer workout. Straighten those arms in front of you and those legs rolling onto your back. We're going to go into our cool down now. Just take a moment, breathing in through your nose and exhaling, centering your breath. And then bring your feet in towards your body, hugging your legs in, rolling those ankles out. Thinking the intentions you set, and exceeded during today's class and this week. Good. Shoot that left leg out, bringing the right leg in towards your stomach. Planting your left arm on the ground, taking that right arm to push your knee across your body while keeping those shoulders glued to the ground, and looking the opposite direction for a twist. Inhaling and exhaling. It's always important to include a cool down throughout your workout. It protects from injury and really just nurtures those muscles that we just worked so hard during today's class. Good. Shoot that right leg out, bring that left leg in. Place that right arm on the ground and use that left arm to push your knee across your body, keeping shoulders planted for a nice twist. Good. Inhale and exhale. Good. Flipping onto your stomach, planting your arms by your shoulders, lifting that trunk of your body to feel that nice deep stretch of that core. We're shooting those hips back for a nice child's pose position. If you want, open up those knees to just deepen the stretch. Coming as far down to the ground as you can. Good. Shifting your weight forward. You can plant those toes on the ground to shoot those hips back for a nice downward dog. Bending each leg, pedaling those feet. Before walking those feet to meet your hands for a nice stretch over your body. Touching your toes if you can. Or your shins, whatever feels comfortable. Just really breathing into that stretch. Let go of that. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Before we slowly begin to roll up. Stacking each vertebra of your spine on top of each vertebra like a conveyor belt. Then your shoulders and then your head. Take your arms. Stretch your neck slightly. Feeling that nice slight tug on the neck. Shift to the other side. Good. Bring your arms to the side of your body. Squeeze your shoulders above your head. Squeeze, 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 and release. Nice way to relieve some pressure. Squeezing again, and release. And to finish up today's class, we're going to be doing our 3 big stretches, thinking of our intentions that we met and set and exceeded during today's class, and the positive energy that we'll be bringing into the rest of our week. So bring your hands above your head, lean to the right to feel that nice big stretch of your body. Take a moment to thank yourself for spending 45 minutes dedicated to you alone. Coming to the center and then out to the left side, and that stretch again. You should be so proud of all the accomplishments you met in today's class and just being here this semester. It's a rough time for everyone. The fact that you're dedicating time to yourself is so important. And then finally coming to the center, whatever intentions you have. One more breath in before releasing those hands, bringing them to heart center. Thank you. That finishes up today's class. I'm going to stop the recording now.